Why? By Leone Wright. What good are you? What do you do? Dr. Seuss. Because language is all we have. Because today my son is 8 years old. Because songs run over and spiral out on their own axis. Because I cannot sing. Because almost nearly half through the last century, and however much is left to me of this one, is all the time I'm allotted. Because neurons fire up the ovens. Because my daughter knows 4 times 4 is 16 is the square root of divided by. Because intergalactic dust and gas. Because moon rising rain. Because the world is held together with duct tape and string, my friend. Because pale light and all. Because when a tree is struck by lightning, the tree's growth is altered. A knot sometimes forms where the lightning hit. Because all the same exchange, fuck-a. Because for years, perhaps all of their lives, the wind would die as they touched. Because it doesn't cost a dime or an asphalt burn. Because you shouldn't run with Sharpies. Because I can make 75 pieces of popcorn small enough to fit inside my mouth. Because I am of the only 10% going south with pens, but I can make north too. Sometimes north is good. Because words, belligerent, marsupial, jodhpurs, silversmith. Because there's no room for chit-chat. Because there's rhythm in them, there are hills. Because I was 30 before I learned that feta plus cucumbers plus tomatoes plus plain yogurt dollops equals just the thing. Note to self, don't forget the Kalamata olives. No one should wait that long. I need to tell them. Because you should do what can't be done, and then some. Because it takes more than this much to glean petroleum from the floor. Because energy volts detonate from behind my eyes. Because it arrived at my door an empty corrugated box with paisley paper. Because when the box did gymnastics, I threw oily, vibrant pastels into the crevices. Because my mother called me in for dinner and inch-thick paint calcified, and the box blew into 357 pieces, all red, 10 different reds, cinnamon, cimarron, fire engine fury, the color of my hair. Because just that. Because just when you think there aren't 300 words left to sling together, you have. Because the same road signs dot Highway 50 and I-95, but each jaunt to the grocery store is new. Because of the wonderful things he does, we're off to see the wizard. Because you can't slip your eye under the door, but bees can swarm your belly. Ask my friend Scarlett. Because I was born where mushroom clouds scattered cancer seeds. Because that red, violent earth runs through my veins like so much caffeine. Because it's an easy trip right back to there. Because sometimes you just know. Because it's leaded fuel, antioxidant, free range. Because no one thinks exactly like each of us. Because 90 words per minute shoot from my fingers, pow. Because I'm forever chasing what gets away. Because words seeped out in dreams are the worst. A notebook by the bed, fuck that. Because when I wasn't much taller than half my current height, there were myths and Greek gods and tired, tall tales, gasped and spewed. Because you only get one ticket. Because when I wasn't tall enough, poems curled off manual typewriters. Today they're retired. Because tomorrow you too will be tired. Because it can slay like a scalpel, a trademark, an AK-47, Goliath. That's who. Because clarity, obscurity, contradiction, Leviathan. Because conjugation, to be. It depends on what the meaning of the word is. Because there are few perfect titles. Do you have a perfect title? Because you could share it and we could all be thermoluminescent, warm and lovely. Because once I buried time in a sandbox, found it months later in a plastic baggie. Because chaos, string, relativity explain us, but not enough. Because a good, firm stride and handshake are equally important. Because my mother kept her sewing gene, gave me her sewing machine. Because missing buttons bring down entire closets. Because when I close the last page, the very last page, my head lifts from my spinal cord. Because the world has much to say. Because the world